am Doris Leokore. This is The Finest Minds. On this show, we get to have the opportunity to interact with people who have stretched their minds, who have done something wow with their minds, and the product of their minds could be in form of books, music, film, whatever it is that is very impactful to the society. Well, today I am going to be reviewing a book titled What is My Purpose? The Trillion Dollar Question. I'm going to be bringing in the author, but just for you to know that it's going to be a series. So this is the first episode, and I want you to keep looking out for the other episode. Well, without wasting so much time, I'd like to bring up here the very person I've been waiting for. That is Ben Akpute Ochiko. Please welcome him with me. Hello, Ben. Welcome to The Finest Minds.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me, and thanks to you, Doris, and the team for what you do. Thank you for always looking for opportunities to extract value out of people, and of course, sharing that with the larger society. It's a privilege to be here, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
It's a pleasure having you here. Well, your mind has produced something fantastic. What is my purpose? The trillion dollar question. So my question is, what led to writing this book, and why is it tagged The Trillion Dollar Question?
Wow, interesting. Okay. So by the way, this book was published in 2017.
Okay.
And what led to me writing this book? I'm going to answer that question from two perspectives. Quite a number of factors, sort of culminated into why I decided to write the book. At first, I really didn't plan writing the book, but then here we are. The first has to do with the genuine search for fulfillment. In 2017 and prior to 2017, I got to a point in my life where I was craving for real fulfillment, beyond my job, beyond my 9 to 5, beyond what I do. I was really in search for fulfillment, and I mean genuine fulfillment. I wanted that spot that would sort of help me to express my innate ability and of course my expression, such that I begin to derive, call it a quantum fulfillment, something that is not measurable, something that cannot be quantified or even bought with money, a genuine fulfillment. So that is one. The other part happens to be the fact that I'm someone who is very multi-passionate, right? And I mean it when I say I'm multi-passionate. So I could play football. At some point, I wanted to play football professionally. I could draw, I could paint. So if I do a portrait of you now, you probably won't believe I did it. So at some point, I was into athletics. At some point, so I'm that kind of guy that dabbles into virtually everything. And the interesting part is, whatever it is I set my mind to do, I just get good at it. So it's a bit challenging. Really, it should be a blessing, but at some point I began seeing it as a challenge, because it then becomes very difficult for you to be able to juggle so many balls in the air. Why? Because when the peculiarity is the fact that your competence level for each of these skills are about the same, they are at a par, then it's difficult for you to zero in on the particular one to focus on part time. It then becomes even much more challenging for you. So how do I manage all of those? I was searching for answers, asking questions, reading, studying, and trying to sort of unlock the puzzle. That is how I got here. And of course, how I got the name, What's My Purpose? The Trillion Dollar Question. When I was done with the manuscript, I would tell you that when I started writing, for each of the chapters that I wrote in this book, the title kept changing. Because I was struggling I needed a title that is very captivating, that people will see it and it's going to be like a question on their conscience. What is your purpose? So one of those days I was watching a movie, and there was this lady that went through some rough patch in her life, and somehow she was able to sort of come over and above all, and she created a foundation, out of the mess of her life, like they will always say. And she was looking for a name for the foundation. It was meant to be a foundation that helps to take care of the less privileged and people who were orphans, right? So you realize that I think she was discussing with a friend, and the friend just asked her, "Wait a minute, what's your purpose?" And she said, "Well, that is the $1 trillion question I've never been able to answer basically." And so that's how I got
this book.
There.
Well, talking about writing books, I for one, I would love to write a book. And I'm sure there are some people out there too who would love to put their ideas into something tangible like this. So, is there any plan, or do you have anything in your package for people like us?
Okay, so after going through the journey of discovering my purpose and of course setting out to begin to fulfill it, I realized that one of the things that also helped me derive a lot of fulfillment really is helping people to sort of bet their ideas. So I have a lot of people who, or few people, let me put it that way,
Okay.
who are also in that shoe, trying to, they have this idea, call it rough and tumble, they don't know what to do with it. So I get into conversations with them. I basically help them gravitate from the unknown to the known, where we begin to bet books like this. And truth be told, this was my first book, and I wrote this in less than 6 months.
Wow.
Today I have the template. I could do this in a month if I want to. I could do this in weeks if I want to. It's just about application of the principles, really. So it's something that I do. I'm open to it, and of course I have a few people that I also
So if someone
mentor
wants
as
to
well.
like, okay, I just need to start right away. How do they go about
Just
it? Do they
just
need to
reach
give
me.
you-
Yeah, just reach me on any of my social media handles. Of course, you can write me on benapute.pa@gmail.com. You can just reach me on any of my social media handles, and we'll take it up from there.
Thank you so much, Ben. You have heard it. If you want to produce something as beautiful as this, that beautiful thing inside of you, you can reach out to Ben Apute. Ben, it's been a pleasure having you today. So I will be signing up now. I need you to join us later for the other series. Bye for now.